Welcome on into this edition of Union Talk. I'm your host, Sean Brace from PhillyHipster.com, joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Ryan Ellis from Culkins Media. Make sure you follow him online on Twitter, @TheSportsNomad. He is all over the damn place, and he covers soccer all across the globe for you. But guess what? Here today, we're talking about the Union. Not a victory, Ryan. We haven't broken out the victory bucket hat in quite some time.
Far too long.
It's been a long time. But an impressive game. Union go up to Toronto, come away with a point. A much-needed point as we come down the stretch to make the playoffs here, playoff seeding in play. So Union got to get points where they can get them. Obviously, going up to Toronto, coming away with 1 point, pretty big.
Anytime, as we said against at the DC game, anytime you go on the road and you get a point, it is a good thing in soccer. Yeah. That being said, the first 10 minutes, the Union dominated this game.
They did.
7 shots, the majority of which were actually on goal. Keeper had to make a few stellar saves coming off of an injury. The Union played well. They really, really did. I just wish they could have gotten a few of those in the back of the net, put Toronto away early. They're still without Giovinco.
Big loss.
But, first half was some of the best soccer I have seen the Union play all year. Second half left a little bit to be desired. Toronto gets that equalizer. But as we say in soccer, you get 1 point on the road, it's a good day.
Yeah, with 3 games left, exactly that. So let's talk about the one goal that the Union did get on the road. Alejandro Bedoya's. I don't even know. It was on purpose. That was just an incredible goal.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little FIFA at the end.
Yep.
But he held the R1 button down or the L1 button down and just sent it over the goal from how many yards out? About 35 yards out.
It was one of the best shots. Yeah, I was actually watching I was out of town this week for a wedding, and I was actually watching the Toronto feed on MLS Live. And they were stunned silent. The announcers for Toronto were stunned silent. They just said that's the goal of the year right there.
He meant to do it. I don't even know how he could do that.
No, that was not a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. And while we are lucky to have Mr. Alejandro Bedoya.
Yeah, no, and they played inspired football, obviously, and why not? With 3 games left, everything's on the table at this point in time. All right, let's talk a little bit about that. 3 games left. If the playoffs were to start today, we're at the end of September, what are we looking at for the Union?
Here is the scenario for the Union. So the top 2 teams get a first-round bye. The next 4 teams play a 1-game playoff, so a one-off playoff. So if they were to start today, New York City FC will be playing DC United, hosting DC United, and Philadelphia will be hosting Montreal if they started today in a 1-game playoff. From there, Toronto FC would play the lowest remaining team, and the New York Red Bulls would play the second lowest remaining team in a 2-game aggregate. Now, that means that whatever happens in the first, it's like one giant game, basically. So the first game, say it's 2-0, then it goes to the next game, and it's 3-2. Whoever's the most goals at the end of the second game will move on to the conference semifinals.
We go like Champions League.
Exactly.
Looking forward to that. Well, look, the home game, that's pretty darn important. You would like to see the Union get a bye, which is still in play. Everything's on play. Everything's possible.
Absolutely.
With 3 games left. Going to be pretty unlikely. We'll see how that plays out. But I would bet that the Union will probably be playing a 1-game playoff. And that's fine. Just get in. Doesn't matter, especially if it's a home game. I got confidence in the Sons of Ben and all the Union supporters showing up and rocking Talent Energy Stadium.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And if anyone's earned it, it is the Sons of Ben and those at Talent Energy Stadium showing up every week.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the Red Bulls. Union with a huge victory. They play the Red Bulls 2 times in the next 4 weeks because there is a bye week coming up. International week off, right? So talk a little bit about the Red Bulls. Obviously, we've got the rivalry. I think it doesn't matter what records are. I know it's a cliche, but throw them out the window when these 2 teams meet. But the Red Bulls have some good players.
Red Bulls are stacked. Starting with Sasha Kleshtin, comes back from Europe last year.
Shake that stash.
Does a stellar job last year. He got minutes with the U.S. men's national team, got a couple goals while he was there. He's back. He was someone that was a regular member of the U.S. men's national team, fell out of favor after the 2010 World Cup, and now is back and playing some great soccer and then up and down the roster. And like I said, they've got a fantastic spine from center forward all the way back to center back. They have a fantastic middle of their lineup. It's going to be a tough game. Arch rivals, but I know the Sons of Ben have, I think, 2 busloads going up to Red Bull Arena, a place the Union have not had much success. One, I think, maybe 2 victories in their entire existence up at Red Bull Arena. So this is a big, big game for both teams. Like you said, New York Red Bulls are at 48 points, Toronto FC 49. Everyone has something to play for. No one has run away with this conference yet.
Very true. And coming up, that game is on Saturday. So please, if you guys are going out, go to the bars, request that they put the Union game on the television.
Yes.
I know we got college football. We got Clemson and Louisville at 8 o'clock. That's a great game, but this game's starting at 7 o'clock. So go out, make sure you're watching the game, request that they put it on the bars. Fox 29, little plug on Friday. My commentary at 11:20 will be exactly about the Philadelphia Union, about the support that we need to drum up here as we approach the playoffs. So looking forward to all that. We got a lot of good things happening this weekend. Some Union news that came down the pipeline this week, and this is very unfortunate, but we understand it. Tranquillo Barnetta announced that this will be his final season with the Philadelphia Union. He's going back home. You know a lot about him. You know a lot about where he's from. Just speak a little bit. I just want to get this out there. When you say Barnetta, I think a difference maker. This is a huge loss.
Hands down. You and I both said our MVP, our midseason MVP. This will be a huge loss. For me personally, like I said, I lived in Switzerland. I've seen his career rise. He was with St. Gallen back when I was living in Lugano. Saw him play for the national team. I've always been a fan of this guy. I was ecstatic when he came. He came in last year, and within the first 5 minutes, I think he got a red card against the New York Red Bulls, kind of setting the tone for what he's going to do here in Philadelphia. Tranquillo, we love you. We support you. Let's go. Make sure you get out with an MLS Cup before you get back to St. Gallen. And best of luck to you.
No other way to send them off, right off into the sunset.
Exactly.
An MLS Cup. Hey, I'm not trying to get too crazy, but anything's possible. Make the playoffs. Who knows what will happen. And I think this team has got talent, especially with Mo coming back. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, but just make the playoffs. Huge game this Saturday. Like I said, make sure everybody's out there supporting the Union. All right, 2 other quick notes before we get out of here. It is Union Talk, but we like to mix it up. We're going to talk a little bit about the Premier League in just 1 second. But are you a video game player? Do you like FIFA?
I haven't gotten a new one yet, but I fully intend to.
Oh, my goodness.
Fully intend to.
So this is my theory on it. So EA Sports, obviously, they teamed up with this new company that came up with this new style, of getting the graphics and, all that. And NHL, I just look at NHL, and I would be... it's probably the same company that they hooked up to start the NHL. And all I'm going to say is, it's good because it's less like a video game and more like real damn life, like real official bounces, just, deflections, all that. So I'm not trying to complain on that. All I know is it is like the game is slower, the fields are wider. I mean, it's less like a video game and more like virtual reality than anything I've ever played before.
Really?
I mean that sincerely. It's incredible.
Sure. Well, I know that
I'm struggling.
A few of our guys, Charlie Davies, Mauricio Dew, and Alejandro Bedoya were up at ESPN FC doing some promotional things for that. So I'm pumped for the game, but even more pumped. I mean, we're a team that there's some years we didn't get an all-star, not even one, and now we got 3 marquee guys able to do some advertising.
Amazing
for ESPN FC, which, like I said, it's a good time to be a Union fan. It's a good time to get on board.
Very cool. Yeah, and shout out to the Union because of those. The things that they were doing at ESPN, and it's kind of like the training complex on FIFA. What they got the targets. Well, the Union, I don't know if they're going to be doing that, but they're opening up the official opening to their training complex will be going down October 12th, and I got an invite. I'm looking forward to it, Ryan. They're going to get us out there. We're going to run around with the Union, check out their complex. They're going to feed us, put us in some Union gear. We're going to get crazy. So I'm going to see what it's like to be a day for the Philadelphia Union coming up on October 12th. So we'll have video on that. We'll have some reporting on that. So it'll be a lot of fun. You're going to be out of town. You're going to be.
I will be. Yes, I'll be. Actually, I'll be.
You'll be sports nomading it.
I will be. Yes, I'll be in Greece. I'm going to go check out Greece, Cyprus for a World Cup qualifier. Then head over to the Netherlands and checking out a Willem II in the Eredivisie, the top division for the Netherlands. So I'm pumped about it.
I told you. Follow him on Twitter @thesportsnomad. He is all over soccer across this globe. All right, Premier League. Speaking of soccer across the globe, you and I touched on the Premier League at the start, saying, "Wow, Man U, obviously."
I thought they were going to run away with it.
Yeah, and how many times we could just look back at some of the great teams, some of the dream teams out there, and it takes a little while to put them together. And all in all, just look at the Golden State Warriors from last year. they set the record for regular season wins, but what do you get for that? Nothing. You get nothing. You got to win the championship. So Premier League's a little different, obviously, because there is no playoffs. So you got to do well in the regular season, which I love. But only time will tell. The long, long season. But it's not going down like we predicted. That's for sure.
No, it's not. And anytime you mention the dream team here in Philadelphia, conjures up 2012 Eagles, which is just sends shivers down my spine. No, but you know what? Like you said, it's a long, long season. Fully expect Man U to rebound from this. Although Man City's looking tough.
Man City at the top.
Man City's looking tough.
Tottenham at 2, Arsenal at 3, and Liverpool at 4. Everton,
my boys in blue. Yeah, although laid an egg last week against Bournemouth. But no, you know what? Finally, there's some parity in EPL. For the first, I think, 20 years of the league, I think 4 teams won.
Yeah, cool.
And it's good for the league. You got to get some fresh blood. Having Leicester win last year, having Man City win a couple in the last couple of years. You got to get some fresh blood in there, and I think that the investment from NBC, the investment from all the U.S. supporters, you're going to get some parity. You're going to get some really, really great play because you don't want a league where Celtic in the Scottish League, they've won it the last 30 years. I mean, the Rangers sneaks in, of course, all the time. I think only 2 teams have ever won the Portuguese league ever. So you got to get some parity in there, and I think it's overall good for the game.
Oh, absolutely, and I love it. I try and wake up, and then I stay up, and I watch whatever's on, all the way through. Last weekend, I watched Man U just roll in that first half against Leicester City. I passed out at halftime, so I was okay with that.
Oh yeah,
I'm fine if that's the way they want to play out. So good stuff as always. We covered a lot of stuff. We went a little bit longer, but we're going to do that as we approach the playoffs. Because we enjoy it, and hopefully you guys are as well. Union, huge game on Saturday, taking on the Red Bulls. Get out there, support them. You go out to a bar, make sure you tell the bartender to put it on in the corner. All right, go support the Union this weekend. Big game against the Red Bulls.
Yep.
For Ryan Ellis, I'm Sean Brace. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at @thesportsnomad. He backs it up. All right, he backs it up. He puts his money where his mouth is, and we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. Go Union.
Go Union, and tranquilo. Forza Svizzera.
Tranquilla.